Hi, everybody that's on here so far. Oh, look at that. My, this is going off already. I had to shut the REM pod off. It's been going off since I've been trying to get involved with the case for Kim Porter and the Delphi case. I didn't want to get involved with the case because I feel like so much would come out. Nothing has come out substantially about the hi Kentucky Mama, Sunshine, April, Jessie, excuse me, Dixie. Hi everybody. I didn't really want to get involved with this too much. I did work on this case years and years ago with a really dear friend of mine. I will tell you what I did come up with when I did the case. I don't think I ever made it public, but at the same time, I wanted it to be. I'm going to turn this on. So if this goes haywire again, I'm going to shut it off. Okay, I'm going to shut this off if I cannot get a second. I need this not to be this way while I'm doing a live. Abby, Libby, please shut that off for now. Kim, please shut that off for now. This is going absolute crazy since I stepped in here tonight. Okay, I'm going to shut the... This thing won't shut off since I've literally stepped into my office. So I might have to shut this off just because it's not giving me a moment. No matter what I do. So it's really active tonight. I'm going to move some stuff out of the way. Excuse me for the noise. Girls, would you please shut that off for me so I don't have to shut it off on you? I really don't want to shut it off, but I want to make sure that everybody can hear us, okay? Why does my screen look so... Hi, everybody. I'm so sorry. I'm not looking at everybody and giving everybody hellos, but this is what's going on tonight. As you can see, the ball's going off, the REM pod's going off tonight. It's really crazy here tonight. I'm going to shut this off for a minute. I'm going to take the battery out because this is powered by batteries, so we know. But this is brand new battery. I have not used it in a while. So give me one moment. It's been... Okay, that might just be me. Let's see where we can go with this, okay? Hi, everybody that I did not see pop on here. I'm sorry. I definitely am just trying to get some focus on what's going here. I turned this on and it's been going off before I even got on the live. So has the spirit ball. So I have tonight for us, I want to speak to Libby and Abby from the Delphi case. I want to try to speak to Kim Porter tonight. a lot of things surrounding the Delphi case is really gotten to me because I wasn't planning on doing a Delphi video because it's very important for some things to come out on their own versus what I did years ago with a dear friend of mine. Yeah, Tammy, it's been an active night here. I've been here since a little after 8, and I actually got the Zoom working, so that's going to be our next adventure here for the you members perks. I got it figured out. I've already got 10 people signed in, so please make sure you have Zoom downloaded because you can't Zoom without Zoom. It's really horrific. Those poor girls went on an adventure and then they never got to go back home. I do have some things that are bothering me about the case. This is why I'm going to be talking about it tonight. I want to just establish some things with you guys. Until I speak to Abby and Libby, I have a feeling of something that just doesn't fit. But at the same time, yep, Porter too. Being told, don't forget about me, Kim Porter. Kim has also been waiting to speak. Kim, Abby, Libby. Actually, Tammy, you are one of those people, yes. I couldn't forget you, girly. Nikki too. A bunch of you guys. I'm just testing it out. I do got it down. It is set up. So we're just gonna see where this goes tonight. I did push a button on the bottom to reset it. So hopefully it's not gonna go crazy. I look pretty. Well, thank you, but my gray hair is starting to show some more. So my friends, my gray hair. I am just going to let it grow out. I'm just going to try to go all natural. This is not my natural color hair, but at the same time, I don't want to keep dyeing my hair when my body is telling me it wants to age in so many words. So I'm just going to leave it as is, and I might take the color out of my hair. I don't know. We'll see. Oh my God, I have so much gray hair. The stress I have in my life, it's just the way it is. But it's not to be unexpected either. So people are having gray heads. People have gray hair at 20, for God's sake. I'm okay with it. I wasn't at first, but then I'm like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. Okay. So tonight we're going to be talking about Kim Porter. We're going to be talking about, that's not off because as you can see, I'm not touching it whatsoever. So the energy has to get this close in order to touch it. Okay. And the ghost ball, I have to hit that really hard. Okay. So that is just your test. So I can show you tonight for those who don't really know what this is. And that is my camera going off. Okay. So welcome everyone. I'm sorry to those I didn't call out like I usually do. I've been trying to get that taken care of because it was really, really going crazy tonight here. And as soon as I opened my door, the ball went off. It's like I'm getting a greeting as soon as I walk in the door. Tonight is about these 3 women. Okay. Don't forget, Wednesday is our All Hallows Eve live to get as many messages as I can to loved ones, and no casework that day. So please, no one reach out to me on that live and ask me about casework because this is not about casework on Wednesday, okay? I earned every one of my gray hairs too, trust me. Risa says, yeah, I'm 59. They just started coming out for me. I call them my little beauty grays. Yeah, so you guys might see me in a whole different shade, a whole different length soon. I'm going to switch it up pretty much, but why do you keep popping up? Okay. Hi, everybody. It's going to be for everybody, but I can tell you who I do have on so far for the Zoom, for the perk members perks. I went through some of the messages you guys sent me, and like I said, you have to have Zoom, so you do have to download it on your phone or your computer or whatever it is that you have. And this way I can send you an invite. Hi, everybody. Okay, so at the end of this chat, I will tell everybody who I have down. Hearing the name Tony loud and clear. Okay. So we're definitely going to start off with, hey, you. I'm just trying to catch up on some of your messages here quickly. That way I don't feel like I skipped over any of you. Mama, Sunshine, April, Lane, Dixie, Susie, Rain Cup, Pandora. Yes, we heard you. My dears, we heard you. I wonder, Pandora, that went off when I said your name, oddly. Also the name Tony and Jake.
Bella, FaceTime video.
I thought I turned my ringer off. Tony and Jake. These are names that I'm hearing loud and clear. Also, Risa, your name is being said again. We're going to leave that one right where it stands. Okay. I actually have Ugg boots on right now, the furry ones that go to my kneecaps, and I have a turtleneck under my hoodie. You know why? Because the temperature in my body fluctuates when I do this work. My feet will start out with a wet, damp coldness, and it'll work up my kneecaps. And then my feet are like soppy, icy feel by the time I go home. I can't transmute the heat in my body the way I want to during this. Yeah, Risa, yeah, really. And that was from the male side. So I do believe you said something about, I believe it was you that said your dad last time. Pandora, that went off too when I said your name. So tell the guy with the hair it's another time for us. You got inflammation and fluid. That makes sense. That's probably why they referenced your name. That's weird. I thought I turned my phone off twice. Okay. All right. I have scissors instead of message filter on my screen. Does anyone else have that? You have scissors instead of message filter on my screen. Tell Pops I'll probably be fishing before long. No. No scissors, no scissors. No, Pandora, that doesn't mean Tony was for you. It was quickly a male doing this with his hair kind of like I'm sexy. Kind of like he's funny, but he's got like a, I'm a sexy kind of guy ego, but he was funny about it. He wasn't cocky or brazen about it. You know who? I'm assuming you know who that is. I hear a Jake Wilson. Does anybody know a Jake Wilson? Loud and clear. Jake Wilson, or is he involved in some sort of case or missing persons, or can anybody verify Jake Wilson? Yeah, Susie, I don't, I can't change from top message to all. Just have clips. Weird. What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean, Susie. I can't change from top message to all. I don't know, honey. I'm not a clue. Don't know a Jake. A Jake Wilson. Can anybody do some homework for me quickly and find out who Jake Wilson is? Is he a missing person or is he involved in any cases? Susie, push the line besides the scissors. It's okay, just be a glitch. Okay. I'm not the most savvy Susie Q on this. I do what I do here. That's why, my darling, you are. I'm sorry. I suppose I should, knowing I am doing the live. That's weird. Of everybody, Susie, you. That's odd. Okay. I'll wait for Susie to get Iowa. Oh. Susie Q says Jake Wilson dead in Iowa. Huh. That's okay. Wait a minute. Someone just said, Tammy Penter says, I see a Jake Wilson died in 2021 on this day unexpectedly. 2018. Well, I mean, I don't know why he's showing up, but well, they do that. So, I mean, it's nothing unusual for me. And as you can see, I'm starting to itch, but I already took I guess you could say an allergy pill for it as best as I can. When energy becomes a lot around me, it just happens. Yeah, I'm not sure, Nikki. I've never heard of the guy. Oh, Jake was 16-year-old autistic boy. Aw, that breaks my heart. I've never heard of. I don't really. I don't really know too much of what's in the news except for people sent me the Delphi thing and why do I hear the word drown? Did he fall in some water or there was a Jake Johns that testified in Delphi case? But I know that's not. No, it would be specifically Jake Wilson specifically because the name came directly one after. That tells me it's one person. Oh, he was found in a creek. So he did drown. Oh, poor honey. Mean. Hi, Miss Monica. Okay. I'm hearing the word drown, fall, but also mean. That is very sad. I mean, that just rips my heart out because you all know it's not just anybody with a disability, but it's anybody's life that is taken and or ended very shortly, abruptly. That's just a lot to take in. It really is. Monica, when I think I messaged you on Facebook for a private reading. I'll have to go back, honey. Hi, everybody. Well, okay, we're going. Okay. Just one second. I'm hearing his last name again. And he spoke the last word was mean. Who was mean to you, sweetie? Oh, can anybody reference what was his father in the picture? Does anybody know that? We're gonna get into that in a moment, Pandora. I just, I want to give the little boy a chance. I call him a little boy, but to me, young. Excuse me. I'm sorry, young. I will get to that theory soon, Pink Butterfly. I'm okay. I'm just doing one day at a time. It's a lot of things I'm having to get used to lately with my grandkids moved away. So it's a lot of me time. It's never been about me my whole life. I'm always taking care of somebody else. So it's a lot of things that I got to get used to for myself. But I mean, in general, I still have lots to take care of. It's just I have a lot of things I still have to do in my home with my mom, a lot of different things. So, Caleb, you know. Oh, I know what you're referencing. I wasn't referencing that to you. Thank you, Aggie. Um, Shelly T, hi. I just heard a female say hello. Oh, Susie, yes, father was a bad man. Okay. Um, Hi, Ron. Tammy, JC, Jake went out for a walk, was found months later, passed on, is what the memorial page says. What about? I'm not too sure why I'm getting this. Okay. Um, I'm getting a lot of names with Jake now. What about a Jake Taylor? Jake Taylor. It's very, very specific tonight. This is not something that is stated here and then it doesn't come here and then here. It's coming strictly together. Nikki, can you tell me who Jake Taylor is? I'm not too sure why I'm being told to ask you this. Stepfather correction. Well, it makes me wonder if something went there, if something happened by that. Uh, April, I can read energy for the living. I can um, boy girl predictions for pregnancies. Um, I can read energy if someone's sick. It's all different things. It's just a I don't like to do love, and I just think it's very subjective to do something with love because for me that's a no go. That's a lot. Hi Lisa. Anumbra, hello. This Jake is named Jacob Daniel. I don't know if I believe that, unless he felt some type of way and something happened to him. But he speaks of drown, fall, mean, father. Also speaking about his dad being very mean to him. Pink butterfly. Nobody's late. You're all good. Um, Ron, I'm okay. I just it's just, I've raised my kids. My grandkids have been a big part of my life. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still constantly busy. It's just I'm not used to not having little ones running around the house. It's a lot different for me. Uh let's see. Okay. All right. So, I'll a few more minutes. We'll get things out of the clear here and then we'll start with Libby and Abby. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean, Amanda asks. Wow, I thought that Tony was my sister's ex-husband because of his goofiness, but Jake Taylor is her son's name. Jake is alive. Tony is dead. Yeah, just because I hear a name, that doesn't mean that the person is passed on. You know what I mean? As I always state, if they state a name, it just means it could be the loved ones that are speaking the person's name. It could be the relative of the person speaking the person's name. But Tony, Jake is was very, very clear to me. Well, if I told you my age, then my age wouldn't be a secret. I just have to text somebody really quick. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. Be right back with you. Okay. Okay. I'm getting messages through Messenger really quick here. Oh, okay, Susie. Oh, what a sweetheart he looks like. Oh, what a sweetie. I'll have to see what I can find on him and see if he'll speak with me that way. Poor baby. That's terrible. Yeah, I'll look into him and see what we can get for him. I mean, he was found, but nothing came over his case, did it? I'm assuming so. I'm just gonna assume so. Tony is her ex-husband who died of cancer, and Jake Taylor is her son. So I do think Tony told you Jake Taylor because I told him to say something with good verbatim. Okay. Um, I don't know if the lady is on here. She messaged me today. Do any of you recall a person that was speaking about a lost cat? And I had stated the cat didn't go off to die. He's just there's not much time. Well, she messaged me and reached out to me and told me that she found the cat. It was her brother's cat, and um, he did get out, and someone found him, but sent him to a shelter, and they were going to put him up for adoption. And she found him and didn't have much time because he was going to be adopted out. So they hurry up and got him. That was the not much time. That it wasn't about death. It was about not much more time before he was adopted. Yes, Tabby. Yes, you remember. She messaged me today, and her brother told her to tell me thank you because they were going to adopt the cat out to somebody. So that was a great thing to hear today. Tonight is really active for energy wise. Um, yeah, it was great to hear that a cat didn't, just. No, I don't. I should let him come to the office with me. I didn't think of that, but I don't want him to get out. But uh, I'll bring him next time. That way, you guys can see him. Okay, so um, Jake Wilson most likely came because he knows that I have such an affinity for people, but at the same time, disabled people have, and I'm not saying he's disabled, I just mean of a statue that they just need an extra hand. I have so much love for those people only because I know in the world that we live in and exist in, anybody will try to take advantage of people like that. And I'm 100%. Um, I will not play any games when it comes to my son. Uh, Caleb is he's outspoken, but he wants to hug everybody. He wants to talk to everybody. He's like, Mom, I say hi to everybody. And he opens doors, and I taught him how to open doors for people and, be kind. But he's starting to understand that not everybody is kind back. And I try to tell them, um, oh, okay, I found my brother's tabby kitten. Thanks to Sarah. Oh, there you are, Miss Laura. um, but Caleb's not understanding that people aren't always nice back. And I always tell him, you are a kind soul, honey, and not everybody will give you that back. You have to understand it's not about, but for him, it's for the reciprocation of energy. He understands, kindness meets kindness. So even when someone doesn't say hello to him, or um, he's always like, ladies first or after you. He doesn't understand when people just give him this look. Uh, why does he feel so upset? And I said, honey, well, people don't have that same energy as you. Not everybody is like that, but some are. You can't get mad at them. They might be having a bad day. Yeah, people are really mean, but at the same time, if someone was to be rude to my son on the other account, I would speak, no problem speaking up. He is. I call him my big bear because he's 6'2", but he hugs and loves everybody. Thank you, Ren. But I have an affinity for compassion for people, and I think that's why Sebastian spoke with me. And um, why do I feel like I've heard this name? I just want to make sure you're not somebody on my page. I'm not sure if this is somebody on here because I just want to. Is it Lee Thomas? I heard someone say that name loud and clear tonight. Oh, he has a hard time with, he does have a hard time with noise, and he does have a hard time with little children. Um, he's more of an older soul, but at the same time, he'd rather be around older people, elderly people, older people as in adults. He doesn't understand interaction with children. He's not big on interaction with children. That's awesome, Harley girl. I love that. I'm my son's advocate. Nothing gets past me. I don't play that game with my child. Is there a? I want to say it like this because that's how I heard, so I'm going to reference it like this. Is there a Lay Thomas or a Lee Thomas here? This came from a female side. By 10 o'clock, I want to get straight into Abby and Libby, but everything's just coming from different angles tonight, so I want to be right on top of things while it comes through. Shelly, I worry all the time. He has siblings, but my fear is who's gonna love my baby like I love my baby. They are, Nikki. It's like as soon as I stepped into my office, this place that I'm in, I think this place is like just an open wide space spiritually, more so than my house, which is odd. Um Lisa, I don't answer questions about Sebastian on lives. If I have to, the last live I did, you guys were all able to see what I did with him, but there is information that I don't give out concerning that. I do have to get with somebody to do a session with and give out what came through that live. Yeah, it's very active tonight. Um, okay. The name Thomas keeps coming through. I'll just keep repeating it every time it's said, so maybe somebody will kick on here and hear it as they kick on live. It might be. It's just, but this time of the year, it's called dead time for a reason. Um, it's more active because the veil is so thin between our world and the next world. For certain places, it's always active. There are places that are so active that you can't even live in. Your father is Thomas Harley girl. Thomas Lee. Thomas. I hear a Lay Thomas or a Lee. I'll show you how I spelled it. I probably spelled it wrong, but it's just how I would spell it for some reason. All right. Any questions before we start in 15 minutes? Because after 15 minutes, I'm going right with Libby and Abby. Also Kim tonight, as I stated I would be doing. I'm sorry, I'm probably missing your messages. I'm sorry, guys. Queen. I don't, Sunshine, I don't do animal readings unless they come to me during your reading. Molly, I don't miss Cool Molly. I don't know if I did, but I'll go back and look and I'll make sure I add you, okay? I don't know. I really don't know cases unless they're brought to me. Um, um, can you all look up maybe there's a Leigh Thomas in a case, because this could be a male is referencing this name. This could be for a Leigh Thomas or Lee Thomas, but this all could, maybe it's a case. Hi Mitzi. Sure, Monica. Nobody missed anything, Shelly. I actually just got the Zoom. I just got the Zoom set tonight, so I'm actually happy that I can do that. Lee Thomas? I don't know if I did or not. It sounds familiar to me. I think that's somebody on here, and they're just not on here tonight. It could be like Mama. I think it's Mama Jean or something like that. Sometimes I'll get messages for her, and sometimes she's not on here. So it could be somebody that's just not on here tonight. Laura K, I'm being told for that you need to shake something out, but I'm not sure exactly what it is you're supposed to shake. Have you shook your pillows? Doesn't it sound familiar, Nikki? I swear I've heard that name. Yes, Lisa, I heard your message. Like I said, I just did a live on Sebastian not that long ago, and I don't mention things that anything with location or anything like that. Okay. Now I know I've heard Sully. Let's Susie, how about a Sully Thompson? I've heard that name Sully the last time, I believe, Sully, but I don't think I heard Thompson. I could be wrong, but Sully Thompson. People are like, do you plan out your lives about what you're going to talk about? Or no, I don't. That just did a little beat back there. I don't plan on what I'm going to speak about tonight, except for the topic. Yes, but I don't really put too much work into a speech or anything like that. I just think it's redundant to do a speech or anything like that. Sometimes I do have a hard time getting what I need to get across, sure. But with so much hitting me in that way, here, and everywhere, I just keep going until I'm finished. Maybe a book or something. I'll get a too shaky tomorrow. All right, now I feel I've been missing. What about your pillow? I've been hearing pillow when you ask this. We can hear you. We hear the REM pod. It'll come to you, Laura. I'm going to tell you a little trick. This is what I do when I lose something. Okay. Now, this is just something old that is in my family when something is lost. My granddaughters will do this too, and it works for them. Do you have to do this? Absolutely not. I want you to say, what is lost may now be found. Snap your finger 1, 2, 3. But I want you to say that 3 times and do that 3 times with the finger. Now, when you say that, I want you to say it with feeling and emotion. Do not just, what is lost may now be found. You have to mean it. You have to see it in your head. See the earring that you lost in your head. We did, Lane, and I don't know. I'm going to mention that name again because every time we mention that name, as you can see what's going on. Sully Thompson. Beware, marching band may follow. Just saying, if you have an area to search, speak with Stephen Crabtree or Stephen Fisher. They are searchers for Sebastian. I do not reach out to people. I would, if they would like help, they may reach out to me in that way. I feel sometimes it's unethical, even though you really want to be helpful and you really want to do nice things for people. People like me have to be guarded in some ways because we're listed as kooks most of the time. You see this? What's going on around the background here? I'm not worried about it, Tammy. Like I said, I don't reach out anyway. And you already know I don't trust like that. So, yeah, that's energy. Oh, Nikki, that's Paul. There is a high school basketball star with that name. Oh, yeah. Very, very much so. You were just literally asking him something? LOL. I will also be doing a live for. I'm not doing Christmas Eve. I'm not going to do Christmas Eve or Christmas, but I will do the date before Christmas Eve, the 23rd. Paul, I told Nikki just stated that she just asked you something. Nikki, have you fell at all lately? Oh. Well, sunshine. Maybe All the time. Okay. Paul, can you please stop making that go off for Nikki so she knows it's you? Stop making it go off for Nikki. Paul, thank you. How about you make that ghost ball go off, Paul, instead? Oh, he's telling you you're clumsy. Okay. Okay. I figured. Nikki, you want to tell him to stop doing that for now just to see if he'll stop doing it? Oh, okay. Laura K. He was always stubborn. Okay. Laura K says, "Oh, totally forgot I did the symbol calendar library. That's what we call it, honey. I attached a deer to my dad, and 3 days later, I had a deer in my backyard. We haven't had a deer in quite a while." Greetings, Tawana. It might not be Paul. It's very active tonight. Super active tonight. Okay. Well, see how I turn and it stops?
There's nothing to stop here. Check if the device is on your home Wi-Fi network.
That's my phone. Okay. For now, I'm going to shut it off, okay? So I can have a moment, okay? I don't want to shut it off, but I have to be able to have the ability to keep answering questions, okay? There is the ball you can use. Well, it's almost that time, so. Okay. So with the Abby, Libby case, Delphi case, I want to speak on a few things because I feel like it's really important to. No, I'm probably going to have to shut it off for now. And as you can see, my camera is refocusing as well. I want to speak about the Delphi case first. I am going to also do Kim Porter as well. I'm going to fit that all in tonight. Tonight, I want to speak on this because I feel like it really needs to be spoken on. And I know I'm probably going to touch some hard feelings here. And this is just my speculation. This has nothing to do with spirit. Until I speak to the two girls, I'd like to just give my point of view. Ballistics. I'm so happy for you, Laura. Okay, so this guy that's in prison or jail right now for the murders of Abby and Libby, I think it's important to say something just doesn't fit for me. And I say this in a polite way. But it does not mean he did not do it. He very well could have did it. I'm just something to do with ballistics is going to come out because that's what I just heard. I'm stuck in the middle just right now. I just want to give my statement on that before I do reach out to the girls tonight. I do feel it's important. First of all, let's start with there's no DNA whatsoever linking him to this case so far in the news. Whoever, I forget who sent me the video, and I wasn't planning on doing this because I don't work on cases that have already, the children have been found, unfortunately, not in the way they should be, happy living in just living life. And then the person's in jail, right? I usually don't work on those cases. I feel so sad for those two sweet girls. They went off on an adventure like any other teenager. They wanted to explore, and boom, the worst of all things could have happened. And it's so sickening and sad that both just lost their lives in the most horrendous, sick way. It's nothing normal about how these two passed away. It's totally sick. It's totally unfair. It's totally demented that these poor girls didn't get a chance to live their life fully. So it's really sad. And I do feel that this case has a lot of discrepancies. The spectrum of evidence that is lacking is very strange to me that they can convict a person on that statute. There's absolutely no DNA that links him. There is, yes, there is that photo, but I'm going to talk about that photo in a minute, that video, excuse me. It's 43 seconds, supposedly long. There is, now if the girls tell me different, I listen to them. I listen to spirit. So if those girls tell me that he did this, then I'm listening to them. I do not question them on that. I will listen to them. I will believe them. I will get their word out to the public. I will say no DNA evidence. Something needs to come back into ballistics because this tonight was mentioned to me. I also think that the way they died in life, horrendous, sickening, terrible. This man brings a gun and brings some sort of, I will say box, I'm being told box knife. one of the girls is referencing as a box knife, not a box cutter, but a box knife. Abby is referencing box knife. She's saying Abby. Okay. Strong. Perish. Sever. Okay. Thomas again. The name Thomas again as well. So maybe there's something to do. Thomas was maybe something to do with this. I don't know. Ballistics, no DNA. The fact that being recorded for 43 seconds, this man had no knowledge of that, and these girls were found undressed. I will tell you, the way they are portraying this as an Odin sacrifice, that is not correct. That is not correct whatsoever. I'm being told, preach that. It's true. This has nothing to do with Odin whatsoever. Number two. Now this could be meaning the two girls. But at the same time, yeah, Abby's calling it a box knife. There's so much things that are not linking this man to this case, except for he states he was on the bridge that day, or he was there that day. Something about he was looking at the fish. He was looking at like stock market things. Medical examiner testified today that. Okay. Yeah, so a lot of this stuff is really hush hush. So whatever comes through today, Abby and Libby are going to be giving you this information. This has nothing to do with what's in the news. This could be new. This could be something that might be in the news, but most of the time there are things that we're going to ask them that aren't out yet. To take their life with I'm going to call it a box knife because that's what Abby called it. Out of respect, I'm giving her her voice. This is what she's stating. If he had a gun, I can understand why they didn't scream. I can understand why they didn't give chase or fight back because they were terrified. Who knows if he was going to shoot them. Understandable. But I'm going to go back. I don't think so. I don't think so, or this isn't even the guy. Unless they tell me different, I will say it. Okay. All right. The man in the picture in the video, it was stated that video was blown up to a close fraction. But in actuality, he was way, way in the back of the bridge, almost to where they couldn't. He wasn't even really seen. Abby and Libby, one of the girls were crossing the bridge quickly, and the other was talking about there was gravel, there was this, there was that. And what struck me as odd was they are portraying that the man in the video stated that guy's down the hill, correct? Now, that man was too far away to state that in video. You don't even see his mouth moving. Think about that. I want you all to go do your homework. Don't listen to what I'm saying. This is but observing it. A lot of people have also stated that as well. When I heard that voice, to me, that was behind the camera of the phone, the video. To me, the voice came from behind it. So the person would have already probably standing there with those girls. To me, it doesn't make sense because the voice is there already as he's still on the bridge, so to speak. So that for me, that kind of gave me pause as well to even in the court came up said quickly are only they are only releasing so much from court only little, and that's okay. I'm only going on but how I feel right now, and when we talk to the girls, um, and for the bullet to be right there, um, in between the girls' bodies. Um, a lot of things I'm hearing right now are from news so far. I think I think that was the girls. Uh, I do feel either he had help because I don't. And let's talk about the eyewitnesses, okay? One eyewitness said he looked like Justin Timberlake. Another witness, or they were referencing he was between 5'10" and 6'2". Richard Allen is only 5'4", 5'5". So there's a big discrepancy there. And the fact that you see a man in bloody clothes and muddy clothes, but you don't call the police and you don't think it's important to say, hey, I saw something weird today. There was a guy, he was all bloody, and I'm kind of worried about why he would be all bloody in an area that way. Um, that for me was strange. And to say he's 6'2", he's 5'10", he had bushy hair, he looked like um, I'm not following the evidence here. I don't feel Ren, for them to use that um, I'm going to put it this way. I am very understanding of paganism, okay? That is not an Odin symbol. So for this to be stated as an Odin symbol, you can tell there are not people who know what they're talking about here. Right. After the Amber Alert, the girl was supposedly waited, 3 weeks to call? I mean, that's a little fishy to me. Right. And why would you wait that long to call the police with that much blood on somebody if it was that much? I'm not saying he didn't do it because, I mean, look at the Colbert case. He killed all them young students by himself. Richard Allen being 5'4", he could have had he might have used the gun. He might have strayed the girls down the hill and said, "Listen, I got a gun. Follow what you're supposed to follow, or I will." But here's another thing, though. Did you see there was no leaves on the trees in some of the videos? Nobody saw them walking through the wood area. No one seen two young girls with a man that possibly had no clothes on. And then they're saying in so many words there was no sexual assault. Here's my version of what I feel also. If he did do it, either he had been having urges of this and just never acted out, and he just finally said, you know what, I'm going to do this. This is an unplanned, unorganized thing. This killer is very erratic, unorganized, didn't think it out too good. Yes, I will, Emily. Not smart at all. Now, if they were made to undress, they were switched in each other's clothes. I do believe possibly if this was him, the urges were so strong that he also was led by fear, so which he most likely couldn't perform the act against the girls, or he in some way sickly made them do things together. I don't know in that area. But that's also a theory. Um, but in that moment, this is where I find this strange. How did he not know that the girls had a phone if they were made to take their clothes off? They would have had no place to put the phone. It's a very weird, strange occurrence. Thomas keeps coming up, so I'm just going to say it every time I hear it. Property. Okay. When I first started this case years and years ago, I don't think I ever posted it. I might have, but I don't think I did. I was working with a dear friend, Lori, and I got that it was someone that knew the mother, one of the mothers. I believe it was the redhead. Um, excuse my language, Abby. I shouldn't have called her the redhead, but I really don't know. I really had to remember the names and things. I try. These cases are hard for me, so to remember the names, I do apologize. I got that the male knew the mother in some way, even if it's just by passing. Um, maybe a repetitive passing, like seen in the store, you worked here, you do this. And I also picked up something about a trailer park and a red truck. So um, the crazy thing is, the guy in the picture I did pick up on years ago. Um, the shoes I picked up were different, though. They were lighter. Um, also, a hat. Also, something brown. But that the discrepancies in the evidence, I can understand he could have led them with the gun and used the box knife, but they don't even know if it was a left-handed or a right-handed person, which I find very, very odd. Um, I found it odd because you can tell a wound or who's left and right-handed. One, it goes by the puncture wounds or the way the face is damaged or the body is damaged or how hard it's hit on that side of the body. But they said they don't even know if it's a right-handed or a left-handed person, which I think is odd because if it's the area where the girls were hurt, obviously, the puncture wounds would be deeper on the side, a specific side. Hand and choke. See, I'm starting to get bothered in my throat now because of the way um, of the way they had passed. Okay, I'm going to write down your names on a separate piece of paper. Okay, just so I can know who's Abby. I'll start with you, sweetie, and then Libby. I'll or unless you both want to, um, just please do me a favor and if you could speak your name so I know before who's telling me um, what happened that day. Okay, um, I want to know. I want to know which one of you is giving me information. Okay, and this is your time to tell your story, your words. What can we tell everybody what happened It's definitely not fair. It's definitely awful. But you understand you don't have to stay and even talk to me. If you would like people to know your story, if you would like people to know your story, you are more than welcome to tell me tonight. Okay? Libby? Abby? Ginger, yes, but I also think that I don't feel that the person was ambidextric. I feel Libby and Abby, I would like your story told here today. I want you to let us know the things that they're not saying in the news, that they're not giving us the truth on, okay? There are people that want justice for you so badly. Okay, Abby, I'd like to start with you, honey. Can you please tell me the day you and Libby Creek? He pushed you through the creek to walk faster. Shoe. Shoe came off. Abby, Libby, may I ask if you can shut that off for me so I know to hear you clearly? I'm going to have to shut this off. I don't want to, but I have to be able to. Abby, Libby, I'm going to shut this off for now, okay? Don't be upset. It's just I want to get a clear hearing of what you're saying to me, okay? Not letting me. Okay. I didn't shut it off on you to upset you. I didn't want to feel that, I'm silencing you. That's not what I'm doing, okay? Today's your day to be able to tell us what happened. We do have an idea of what happened in some ways, but there's things that are not being said, okay? And we need to know if it was really Richard Allen that hurt you, or was it more than one person, or was it Richard Allen at all? Okay? I'm going to start off with the biggest question of all, okay? Who actually hurt you? Who actually took your lives? I'm going to say they're describing a tall person. I want to I want them to say his name if he did it. Thank you, Ginger Bell. It's good to have you. Abby, the man in the news, the one that is in jail, the one that is being charged with your murder and with your murder and Libby's murder. Is he the man that hurt you, that took your lives? What's his name? Was there anyone else there that day? Was anybody helping? Did anyone else be told? Two people. Two people. So this was not done with one person. This was two people. Are you sure? You are sure? I don't mean that. Are you telling me Richard Allen is the man that took your lives? Um, Hold on a second. I'm gonna stop looking at these for now. So if you guys could stop sending questions or messages, I don't mean it that way in a rude way. Um, but she just said something to me which was odd, and I need to not look this way. I want to make sure I'm on her. Libby. Okay, Libby. Libby, I need to ask you because she's saying too. Okay, Libby. Libby, I'm going to ask you, sweetie. Was the person that took your life, is he tall or short? She says short. See where it doesn't fit here? Okay. Libby, was this person Richard Allen that hurt you and took your life and Abby's life? Okay. Abby, I want to come back to you. Okay. Can you tell me, Abby, was Richard Allen the man that hurt you and took your life and Libby's life? I'm hearing no. But they're also telling me two people. Okay, let me ask this question because this might be confusing them. Okay, girls, I need you to understand me when I ask this question, okay? I need you to understand what I'm asking you, okay? And it might be hard because I know I'm asking questions that are open. Was Richard Allen with someone else the day that your life was taken? Was Richard Allen with somebody that took your life? Huh. Okay. Libby, I'm going to ask you too, sweetie, okay? Because your answers should be the same, okay? Was Richard Allen with someone else that day that took your life? Was it Richard Allen, girls, and somebody else that took your life? I'm still getting no. Can someone send me a picture of Richard Allen and on my messenger, and I will open it up and show the girls. I mean, that's I know that I know that might not make sense to you, but we call that a trigger object. That's something that will trigger them to understand better. What do you mean? Thought they knew? Oh, I'm going to repeat this. Hold on. I'm getting this message. Okay. Molly, thank you. Okay, honey. This is Richard Allen. He might look a little different if this is the man that hurt you, okay? Richard Allen is the man that is currently in jail, in prison, awaiting trial for your murders. And if I sound like I don't have an emotional connection right now, please don't take it as me being, I'm trying to keep my emotions in check so I can be connected with you longer. Because if I start being upset, then it makes it harder on me to emotionally connect longer, okay? Now, I want to ask you again. Is he the man? Is he the man that hurt you girls? No. No. Again, no. No. Is he the man in the photo? No. The man in the photo is too tall. Okay. Also, the other thing that was asked, she spoke about other side of the fence. Okay? Thought they knew, not him. So they thought it was him. They thought they knew. It's not him. So, Abby and Libby, do you understand why he looks so guilty? I'm going to ask you a few other questions too, okay? And if there's anything too hard that you don't want to answer, you don't have to answer them. Okay? Now, sweetie, Abby. Okay. Abby. I have to ask you harder questions. They're going to be hard on me to ask you. But first, I need to ask you some questions. Okay. Why are they connecting the bullet to Richard Allen? The bullet was found by you and Libby on the ground. Okay? Can you tell me why that was there? Before? She speaks of the word before. Was Richard on. What's that? Okay. Well, was Richard Allen there that day when you were there, you and Libby? Both. Both. Will there be any DNA to link Richard Allen to your murders? No, just one. Ballistics. Talk about ballistics. Okay. What you tell me, gun. Um, wouldn't that mean that Richard Allen was involved in your murders? Wouldn't that mean something, sweetie? She's saying no because she's talking about before. Clue. I'll get to the Aggie. I'm going to ask some of these questions. Just give me a minute. Abby, just give me a moment, sweetie. I'm going to, some of these people are having me ask you questions. I hope you don't mind, girls, okay? We just want to be right and we want to make sure we're accurate when we're talking to you, okay? Pandora, that's what I feel like when I hear about their wounds. It was like two people to make it look um it just fits for younger people. To me, this isn't um it's to me these are younger people. I'm not sure how young just yet. Okay, I have to start up here first, okay? I can Bogey Green Street. I can show them. I showed them Richard Allen's, and they're saying no. They're saying when I asked that, Tammy, uh, she said both. Both. Makes sense. Lost Voices with Jackie. What if I didn't think of that? Pandora, I think I agree with you on that because it came to me as a younger, the wounds itself are more erratic. Okay, hold on. Let me ask this question first. Well, let's start off with this. Okay, girls? Abby, Libby, you said how many people took your lives? How many people were there? Okay, we're going to go back to 2. Okay. Can I ask you something personal? Can I ask you, did you know who these people were? Were they somebody from school? Um, I'm being told. So when someone tried to place them in a certain way and put the stuff on their bodies in a certain way, they really didn't know what they were doing, but at the same time, they wanted it to look realistic, like a realistic ritual, even though they had no clue on what they were doing on that part. To me, this is a pattern of not really knowing what they were doing, but it's kind of like wanting to be in the gang, in the circle of pattern, so to speak, if that makes sense. If I sound strange right now, it'll come. Just give me a moment. Um, did you know somebody? Was it somebody from school? Okay. Before sketch. Um, let me just see these photos. Okay. Do you see this man here? Did he have anything to do with your disappearance? It's not this man here. It's not that man. You're telling me no. Whoever the man is in this photo is not the person who killed the girls, no. Um, when you speak of teacher and you speak of school and one, what do you mean by that? Um, oh, okay. Can anyone validate this? She speaks about teacher, school, one, Abby Odin. Um, Abby, Libby, were the people that hurt you your age or a little older than you, or um, were they in their 20s or 30s? Can you decipher that? I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but do you know if there was a fence there at all? Because they keep referencing the fence. What does the fence mean? Julia, hold on, honey. I gotta see where your message. Garrett worked on Ron Logan's farm. He killed Nicole earlier, his ex-girlfriend. Oh, Susie. So there was a fence then? Gotcha. Fence was put up after the girl's passing. Oh, okay. Libby, Abby, why do you mention the fence so much? What about the fence that needs to be spoke of? Small piece of information. Is there something there that should have been looked at? Um, they added a beautiful memorial for them. Um, she keeps talking about early sun, also the fence, small piece of information, and then cap. I'm not sure if she's talking about a ball cap or a soda cap or a cap of something. We all know when we open a cap, we have to use our hands to open it, correct? Okay. Do you know the name of the people that hurt you, girls? Who's Ron? Ron. Ron. Who's Ron? Who is Ron? Ron Logan. Farm? Is he the person that owned the farm? Farm. Okay, let's go back to that for a minute then. Are you saying are you saying that Ron or someone on Ron's farm hurt you? Or are you saying Ron was the one that hurt you? Did he have a son? Oh, Laura. Okay. So Laura's saying his property where the girls were found, which I just read that a few times, owned place where they died. Ron Logan owned property where 6 feet tall, had clothes that matched the bridge guy to a T, and he was tall. Ron Logan was in his 70s, though. He does. The son owns the property now. Some speculation his son could be involved. He died. Okay. Okay, see. Okay. Girls. Okay, we're gonna go back to Ron. Is his son's name Ron as well? Or now, girls, you said there were two people, correct? Okay. I don't know if she's saying Ron and son or Ron's son. And for the purpose of this video, we all have to say, until proven guilty, everyone is innocent, blah, blah, blah. You know the spiel we have to say in these videos now. Allegedly, we have to say. So I'm going to say allegedly, okay? Okay. So, my darlings, we got this far. What do you mean pocket knife? She's showing me pocket and then almost like the weapon came out of the back pocket. Hidden. What can I tell everybody on here? Can you tell me, girls, I need you to tell me this, okay, if you can. Was it the son and a friend, or was it the father and the son that did it? Let me ask you this slowly because I don't want to confuse you. Was it the father and his son that hurt you on their property? Was it the son and someone else? Murder before. If I just saw his photo, he looks like a youthful. How old is Ron's son? Do you know how old he is? Oh, tall. Tall. Okay. Is the son tall? Does anybody know pictures? Or maybe you guys can send me, maybe if you guys send me a picture, I could get something. Okay. So it's not this man here, right? Shown before. Okay. Can you tell me what they looked like so we can get a composite sketch of them? Kind of like have a picture done of them so we're more aware of what they look like? What do you mean nose is different? Shape. Okay. Scar. Alan. Showtime. Can you tell me what they were wearing that day? What were they wearing? What did the people that hurt you, what were they wearing that day? Boots. Okay. What kind of boots? I want this. Can you remember that? Can you be that specific with me, honey? I don't want to take any energy or time away from you if you don't remember certain things. It's okay not to remember things. It's okay to it's like I'm being referenced back to the video. He looks like the person in the video. Well, that person looks older, I think, a little bit. Or am I just just dressed like that? Son. Oh, okay. Also a call. What do you mean call? Um, I see. I see a male running in the woods. Um, but there's somebody following behind him, and I can't see them from that peripheral because I'm being shown to look down at the boots. They always show me the shoes for some reason. This person had jeans on. They would have had something like army. Are you saying army boots? You ever see army boots where they look really creamy colored, like a tan color? That person that you're showing me that is running in the woods, okay? How old is that person? How do you know how old they are? Are they older than you? Are they older? Are they grown men? I don't. They just showed me this person running through what looks to be the wooded area, and you could just tell the trees that there's no leaves on the brush or anything like that. And I'm being shown in a way that I'm behind the person that's running, and I'm being shown the jeans and the boots, and they speak of um, army boots. Army boots are a form of boots that are unique. Anybody can buy them, but it's at the same time they referenced army boots to me. Tammy, I know, and that doesn't make any sense because I don't think he did it. They are telling me he didn't do it. I just don't understand that. Unless I just don't know. I'm well aware of that. Let me see. Hold on. I'm getting. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see. Thank you for sending that, Ron Logan. Libby, Abby, honey, but why do I feel something else? Um, why do I feel there's a younger aspect to this case too, though? Almost like students or something to that nature. I feel like something isn't right here. I feel like um, it's almost like uh, it felt like they wanted your wounds to look a certain way, so they weren't able to read it in a way. It's almost like if there would be two people, or unless are we talking about someone with a split personality? This is another theory. This was a Molly Tibbetts case that I did. Um, I felt a disassociation, and he was claiming after I made the video that he was split personality. But to me, I don't get this. I get two younger males, but at the same time, what do you mean, pawn? It's strange because the wounds, it's like I pick up on two younger males that wanted it to look one way when really it's another way, if that makes sense. But they're clearly speaking this person's name. So clear as day. But at the end of the day, why do I feel younger, almost like teenage, late teenage, like the point? Somebody wanted to do this to you to prove a point? there was 5 cuts, and there were like 1 cut that was double cut that came out in court yesterday. Because to me, it's very erratic, very Libby. There's a military base nearby. Oh, okay. Okay. Hid what? What do you mean he hid what? What did he hide? Um, I'm being told hide, hair, pull. Um, hair can just be a form of bat. Logan has 3 sons. Who was left-handed? Our Logan was military. Okay. A hair was found in Abby's hand. It was a root and hair. Oh, a female hair was a root found wrapped around Abby's finger. Hmm. Okay. Let's go up here for a moment and ask this Laura K. Was this planned, or were they just there at the right time? Okay. Let's start first with left-handed and girls. There were 3 sons. Were any of the sons involved in this case, in your murders? What do you mean hand? What about the hand? Your hands were tied? Tree. The hair that we're referencing, we're talking about hair pulled hide. Whether it belonged to one of the girls, it doesn't mean he's referencing her hair specifically, or Libby's hair. They're talking about something hidden. When she says hair, it doesn't necessarily mean we're symbolizing hair. She's talking about hair. This could mean DNA. You have to remember, focus on the symbolization of it. She speaks about hand, tied, tree. Libby, Abby. When they found you, when the police found you, this part's hard for me, so I'm trying to word it in a more kinder way for you. So sometimes that's hard for me to just do, period. But when you both were found by the police and forensics, is there anything that I need to ask you that they missed in that space? Did they miss something that they were supposed to find of yours, or something that, what do you mean, blood? What do you mean blood and tied? Evidence, shoe. Evidence and shoe. Blood, tied, evidence, shoe. Well, can we focus on that for a minute? Can you tell me what that means? Left. Are we talking about the left shoe, or the shoe was left behind somewhere? Are shoes, were shoes found together, or is a left shoe missing? The med examiner said today that her hands were clean. That's the only way. Susie, I'll be asking that next. Did you girls go to meet someone there? Follow. Someone followed you there, or so did you girls go to meet someone there? Like friends, or like, did you meet somebody from school, or did you meet a boy, or did you just so happen to be there? So this wasn't a planned thing. It was very sporadic in the moment. Clue. Clue. Measure. Brief. She's saying thoughts, clue, measure, brief. Oh. Porn. There was Libby's blood found on Abby's shoe on the tongue. So were all the shoes found together, or Yes, one was left off the girls. Was it ever found, Susie? I think that's the question I think I'm trying to ask. Was the shoes ever rematched together after they were found in their positions they were found? Did they find all of their items that they were supposed to have? No, the shoes were not found together. Okay. Libby's one shoe was at the creek. Time. What do you mean time? Oh. He said we prayed to let us go. Girls, when we speak about the suspects that hurt you, what do you mean crime of passion? Wait. So, let go. So those things, Susie, were never found. So I'm wondering if that's maybe what would have the DNA of the perpetrators on it. See, this is what I when I say I don't understand, and this is why it didn't fit for me. Um, I thought one was under Libby's body and with the phone, and one was in the creek. How would he be so dumb to leave the phone behind, take their clothes off, hurt them? This none of this adds up. None of this adds up. No, this doesn't add up. Abby, Libby, um, sweetie, did they wear gloves when they hurt you in any way so that their fingerprints wouldn't be on your we're going back to the cap and hair. I think she's saying one of the males was wearing a cap, but I'm not sure why she references the hair again. She could be speaking about referencing symbolizing DNA again. Yeah, there's no DNA from anyone, Susie, correct? Sharp. She's talking about hair pull. Again. She said, how could no one hear us? We tripped. We tripped. Okay. I'm not sure. Abby, did you pull the person's hair that was hurting you? It's definitely somebody with a dark jacket or top. I would say top, maybe a hoodie or a jacket, because she's showing me almost. She's showing me a man on top of her, physically on top of her. Court said no match to the hair found in the hand. Sounds like a cover up to me. Okay, when you say Alan, you said Alan before. Is this a person's name or is this a person's middle name? Strike. Um, are you referencing yourself, honey, or are you saying that you hit someone? Abby is um, she's very small in body, thin. I'm pretty sure. Um, and when I see the man, he's completely bigger than her. Completely bigger than her. Because all I can see is the top, almost the top of her head, and the rest of him is on top. Um, Girls, you said crime of passion. Um, it's strange. These two girls kind of remind me of sleuths. Like they would go out and look at things and um, explore and very, very much into adventure. And it's almost like they were out um, really. I want to call it sleuthing. I really do, and I know this is foolish to say right now in the video, but they didn't check all the DNA found. They only located that the unknown male was the lab technicians. Um, they were in the middle of enjoying themselves, and it was like complete utter fear. It was like a light switch turned on. Their enjoyment and sleuthing and all of these things took an immediate turn, an immediate switch. I'm being shown a male, Abby in the front, Libby in the back, a male walking behind her. So there's four, all of them together. There it is. To me, they would have been bound in hands, so they wouldn't be able to take Abby, Libby, honey, when you're walking through water, I see you splashing in water. You're splashing in water, okay? You fell in the water. So mean. So mean. She's saying they were so mean. Well, that's it, Cool Molly. I mean, how do you. This place has no leaves. So we're walking through the woods in wide open space, you know? It's a lot of here and a lot of there. And I can't remember how many witness testimonies, but nobody saw these girls or heard anything or. They needed two men because it's almost like one girl was bigger than the other, tall wise. Um, choke. The man in front was shorter. The man in the back was taller. To me, I see army jackets, like a camouflage, like hunters would wear. You know, you dress in camo. Duck, duck, duck hunters, maybe. I'm not sure what they're referencing duck for. Uh, Girls, I have to ask you some really, really hard questions, okay? These are hard for me to ask. So I want you to know if I stop talking for a minute, I'm not ignoring you. I'm not, this is a lot for me to ask you, okay? Was there at any point that these men assaulted you sexually? You're talking about pain and hurt. Grope, groping, teasing, mean. Did these men in any way, did these men in any way shape? Head. I don't feel this was planned. Yet again, I'm going to say this because they're showing me the man again running through the creek, running through the water, and I could see the water splashing around his feet. And he's nervous and he's scared. He's going to want to be caught. She's talking about pain, hurt, grope, teasing, mean, shape, turn, head, go, leave. Was there at any point that you girls, I want to say it in a way, were you taken advantage of in a way? It's hard for me to say. Were you taken advantage of sexually? Did they rape you? Did they hurt you in that way? They're speaking about one was more of a pig. He was um, nasty with the way he spoke. He grabbed Abby's hair in the back and she looked up to her left because he was taller than her. And he has the back of her hair here. Shoe again. Abby. Abby, Libby, did these men call out to each other? Did they say each other's names? Son, twice. 72 hairs and fibers were found. 3 rootless hairs with DNA came back, but were never tested because they thought it would be destroyed. It would destroy the hair fibers. So we don't test them at all. I mean, clearly, 72 hairs found? Abby, go ahead, honey. What did you say? Abby Abby is a big talker in this tonight. Um, to me, Libby would have done everything she could to back Abby up. She was like, Abby would be the one that would go to Libby, so to speak, to really bond in that way, to speak to each other. Libby was the go-to to have like that trustworthy conversation. Abby, Libby, what are we missing tonight that is not in the news yet, that the public doesn't know about? Um, Abby shows me I guess she would be on her stomach. The man lifts her head up. And it was almost like he was either going to cut her here or he was trying to make sure she was um, passed. Oh, stab. I'm aware of the wounds, honey. But the wounds, they don't add up. Why do they not add up, honey? What about the chin? Chin. It's almost like to scare her, held her chin down like this, and he was going to stick something in her mouth, whether it be a weapon or to assault her in that way. But that wasn't the way that they passed away. I think she's just showing me cover up. What do you mean cover up? And I'm I'm not sure who was wounded more, but that doesn't matter in spirit in that way. Um, it's almost like Libby, she knew what was going to happen. She knew right off the bat what was coming. Abby, it's almost like Abby wasn't going to accept the outcome of it. She wasn't going to, not that she wasn't going down without a fight, but in some way, Abby, she didn't want to let go and let what was going on to happen. And Libby also fought, but she also knew. Susie, oh my God, Xander talked about the chin today. Chloe Jade, hi honey. Oh, that's good, honey. We're in the middle of Abby and Libby. I just want to go back to you girls for a second, honey. When you say cover up, what do you mean cover up? Do you mean cover up as in someone's hiding something and they're not? Oh, okay. It's I'm being told again. It's not. It's not that. It's not Odin. It's not Odin. Okay. I kind of figured that, but to hear you say it, then I'm glad that you anger out of anger. What do you mean out of anger and passion, honey? I don't. That could never be a reason why to hurt somebody that way. And hate, hate, anger. Take. Abby said, I wanted to leave, but it was too late. She said this word twice now, and I'm not sure if I'm even saying it right. I'm gonna say how I heard it, but I'll write it down as I think she means it. I heard the word spay, but I don't know if she's saying spade. Miss K, Abby had one cut, 3 cuts on Libby, but I think 2 of the cuts were doubled up, meaning 5 in total. The one male wanted to make sure, um, and that's probably why they lifted up Abby's head, because if Abby only had one and poor Libby had more, that's probably why I'm seeing the man lift up her head to make sure she was really gone, because they made sure to stick around long enough to make sure that they weren't going to survive. The one male did. I think the other one left. I think that's why I keep seeing him running and running and running. But he made sure to make sure Abby was not that Abby was not going to survive it. Gingerbell, I don't think that they'd be able to answer that, especially if it was cold and they were all jacketed up. But I'll ask it anyway. Yes, the prosecution is saying Libby stumbled to the tree and put her arm up. Poor sweetheart. Girls, can you help me with more of the description of the men? That would really, really help out if you can remember. Cover. What do you mean cover? Cover head. Cover head. What do you mean they covered head? I think when they covered their head. Your heads? I don't know where Mull comes into this, but no, it wasn't the person in the photo. No. Did they have any tattoos, any identifiable scars? I know you did mention something about the nose. You said something about this, something very distinguishing about the nose. I know that's, you said tall. Nose is different. Shape. Scar. Ellen. Showtime and self. That's what you gave me for reference for. She was very. She's talking about the nose and the scar. Can you give me any more of the description on the men? That would really help out if you could. Jacket. Okay. What distinctive characteristics did they have, girls? Did they have glasses? Did they have beards? Did they have scars or tattoos? Any of those things? Did Richard Allen know who these men were? Link. Scene. Link before scene. Richard, so I'm going to ask you girls again, just so I'm understanding that you are, if you can tell me the same answer or if you're going to give me a different answer. Okay, I always ask this because I think this is important. Richard Allen was not the man that hurt you or involved? No. Okay. I needed to ask again just so, you know, if it's making sense. I'll ask that, Laura Kay. When we talk about I do want to know, I want to hear a key word that was out of phrase for this reading was the word mall, M-A-L-L. Now, I could have just not heard the S for small, but I'm only going to say what I hear for, I heard mall. Then I also heard jacket, also Columbo, or it could be another word for Columbo would be, I don't even know if that's a certain kind of jacket, of army jacket, or, and when I asked about the scars or tattoos or anything like that, she referenced the eye, especially only the eye, not the eyes. Mole, okay, that could very well be Miss K. Um, I was thinking that Laura K, but crimes and crafts, but I heard Columbo. Um, so I'm going to ask again, just to be on the safe side. I mean, could be. It could be, but I heard mall. So, but it does kind of sound like mole. So we're going to go back to that, asking that question. And then we're going to also ask about the Columbia. Girls, when you say jacket, okay, was it a Columbia jacket or? Nice. Tag. Okay. I know Columbia is a jacket for sure. Columbo wore a trench coat. Yeah, I'm not referencing Columbo as in the show. That's how the word that they referenced to me. Um, is that another word for like a size or let me see something. Um, for some reason, I don't know why I'm almost being something. I don't know. Could be something. I know I'm aware of Columbia. I have Columbia myself. Hold on. Let me just no, not Columbia, Columbo. Columbia. I'm just looking up something quickly, if you don't mind. Looks like a long rain jacket. Hmm. See, I'm pulling up a place, but this is not even in the US, so that can't be what she meant. Let me just look. Oh. Very interesting, Susie. Susie Lloyd, very, very interesting. Google a Columbo jacket. Now, I had no idea that anything like this existed. The name. Maybe Columbo's eyes. He had one off eye and didn't he? Very well could be, but Susie just sent me something. And it's actually, there is an actual Navy Columbo jacket. One second. Let's look this up for myself here. Okay, what are you? You are a picture. Columbo. Penny, I see your picture you sent me, and oddly, I hear the word in that picture. Check your messages from me. Okay. So Columbo jacket. Everybody Google Columbo jacket right now. That is not a word that jacket. Columbo men's jacket for sale. Columbo jacket. Amazon. Oh, you can find them on Amazon as well. No, that's okay, Bogey. I did not see that question. I'm going to answer that question. Um, Not Columbia. Not Columbia, not Columbia. Okay, maybe I saw that wrong. Just give me one moment. I'm sorry. I just want to be really okay. And maybe this is the type of jacket they need to be looking for. Because these jackets don't look to be sold too often. But hold on, Laura. No, I don't think it's Columbo the actor. I think it's something more than that. But Columbo jacket. I'll go for men. Huh. Very expensive also. Very expensive. For me, it's so expensive. I mean, it doesn't add up for me that someone would spend Columbo. Here we are. Probably can't see it, but the words under it are giving the names. I've never heard of Columbo, never once. I mean, Columbia, sure, yeah. There's one on Amazon for $85. So, let me see. Is it called Columbo Rain Jacket? I see Columbia. I'm not seeing the the one I'm talking about, my referencing. Just so we reference, so we understand, I'm not talking about Columbia. I'm talking about Columbo. In Columbo, this jacket is long and beige between. Look at the military issue Columbo jackets. Okay. Where do I go for that, Fifth Element? Let me just look this up quickly. I'm not seeing it, but it could just be my mess up because I'm not really. Give me 1 second. Hmm. Well, you can't. It says a green color, and underneath it, you probably can't. Let me turn off this light. Maybe that. Ah, there you go. Can you see the words under that? It states Columbo Primaloft shirt jacket, $199, sold out. Looks classic military to inspire overshirt coloring in olive green and fitting 2 flat chest pockets. Huh. Well. I know, Mary Moore and me as well, but people are finding it. Don't go to Amazon. Don't go. Columbo is a brand that some brands don't sell on Amazon. They don't sell on Amazon. Certain brands do not sell on it. Don't go looking on Amazon. I'm in the bushes tonight, just soaking it all in. Pink butterfly. My attorney always wore one. Dressy men's trench coat, brown. Well, now let's go back. Now that we've established this is actually a real My thought was Columbia at first, but I have to go by what Spirit tells me. And if we can't find anything of it, then that just tells me I need to look a little harder. So, am I being mentioned this? Okay, hold on a minute. You. There you are. I need to know why you're being mentioned. Okay. Okay. You mentioned Columbo, girls. Libby, Abby. You mentioned Columbo. And you spoke about jacket. You spoke about eye. Now, in the video of Richard Allen supposedly on that bridge, is that Richard Allen on that bridge? Okay. I wanted to ask you again because I needed to know for sure. Tammy, you're awesome. Okay, girls. Now, obviously, oh, there's the shoes that I saw. Okay. Are you wearing a hat? See, the picture is so choppy. Do you see a hat or do you see hair? How many? Let's take a poll. Who sees a hat? Who sees hair? Because I thought I saw a hat. But when it comes right down to it, oh, I know, Bogey. I know. I'm aware. I know. I'm aware. Now he's claiming innocence. Do you understand? I'm wondering if he's being in some way forced to compel to say that. I know, Susie. I'm aware. That's my point. This is why I asked the girls several times. How many times did I ask them tonight? Hat like a golfer's hat. Okay. Because I thought I saw a hat. And then I'm like, is that hat or is that hair? You know what I mean? Hat like older golfer hat or small beanie. Crafts and crimes, Bogey, he was forced to confess 30 plus times. His family is being threatened if he doesn't comply. Yeah. Girls, what about the suspects that hurt you? Can I speak about tonight that we haven't spoke of yet? Okay. What about Bogey? What is she saying? That but why a cover up? Okay. There Bogey wants to know because you mentioned her name. Bogey wants to know, but why a cover up? Richard Allen, easy access. Blaine. Being told Richard Allen, easy access to Blaine. Not too smart. Pin. Cover. But, sweetie, why would they cover it up, though? What's the point for covering it up? I don't understand what you mean. Area in and out. Call. She's talking about pin, cover, area, in and out, call. But wouldn't that just draw more attention to that place if that's the case? Mm. Brow beaten, forced by two Odin members' corrections. That's a good idea. I think cops or court or higher up covering for someone got Richard framed and guilty. Good. What do you mean, judge? Hold. Play. Court. Car. I don't know if she's saying Zane or sane. I don't know what she's saying. I wanted to go back to Tammy's question. I'll ask Laura. Yeah, this throws me off too. She's talking about pin, cover, area, in and out, call, also drug and traffic. Libby Abby, why did Richard Allen confess to taking your lives if he did not do it? He confessed a lot of times. He confessed over the phone. He confessed, I believe they said on paper. Why did he confess if he did not do it? I have to ask this myself because I have to ask these questions. He is in jail. He is being charged with your murders. He is being charged with a lot of things. So, but there's nothing to back up evidence that he was the one who did it. So, again, I will ask you, why is he confessing to do it? Kind of like shrugging, I don't know. Is there something that's going on that he's confessing for? I will ask you again, honey. I just want to make sure I get the same answer. Um, I'm going to ask this of you because I feel like I need to. Um, it's almost like they're telling me I don't know if this means he's afraid for his daughter. Does he have a daughter? That she kind of resembles Libby. Afraid. Hurt. I think he's being portrayed to say he did it. To say he did it. Um, cool Molly says she resembles Libby. Okay. So why would you reference it that way? Oh. Well, what do you mean by that though? Can you explain what you mean by that though when you say easy target? Almost like they're referencing easy target. He was calm, but at the same time, because of his calmness, he was an easy target. I guess he was um, local. Need fallback. Okay, girls, do you know, was there anybody in law enforcement? I know this is a question that is new. Um, there's not much known about your case, girls, of what happened happened behind the um, what really happened to you girls. No matter what, it was wrong. Was there something being covered up? What do you mean? Twice before? Like before you girls? Agenda. I'm being told other things have been hidden before, but also hidden agenda. Prior to, before, anything that happened to these girls, something else. Um, it's like I'm being told this has happened before in a way where something was hidden. I'm gotta catch up here. Sorry. Good question, Tammy. There was a drug bust. Okay. Did this have anything to do with owed debts? Planning this out. Um, when you speak about prior to and things happening before, did this have anything to do with either of your families going through something or illegal activities? I don't mean that in a mean way. Were the two men that hurt you girls, were they related in any way? Were they brothers? One younger, one older. Were they related? Were they brothers? Were they family? So can you tell me what relation they were together if they were related? When you show me his face, you're talking about he has dark hair, shorter hair. He is Caucasian. You're talking about his face, okay? Let's go back to, because I see it as a smaller, rounder face, but not someone that has weight on their face. To me, he has like a, but then you're showing me a longer face. Are you talking about two different people? What do you mean? Bareback. What do you mean? I have to know what I'm going to say, honey, to this. I need to know what that means. Are you saying he has something on his bare back? I wonder if that's what that was earlier. Remember when I spoke about Tony? Well, years ago, I got that one of the guys, uh, one, the guy that I originally thought was just one person knew one of the mothers, but something about a trailer park and a truck as well. This was years and years ago. So I'm hearing um, one is older, one is younger. One one has darker. I think I'm getting two different people the way they look. One is younger, shorter, dark hair, probably like this color. I'm not sure if it is still now. Um, shorter. I have a longer face. He has a shorter jawline than me. The other one is skinnier because I can see his neck, and he has a longer face. Does she showing me the longer side of his face? maybe Fifth Element. That would make more sense of to what we were going to. He has black hair. Okay. Are they related to the people we spoke of earlier? Same fraction of people we spoke of earlier. Yes. There's a witness describes seeing a man at her gate scoping that area on the morning of. The man has dark hair. I think um, I do think he's being compelled in some way. Um, yeah, I know, honey. Look into that. That place needs to be looked into for drugs and Logan. So I'm assuming this is we're referencing that family. I This is what they're referencing. So allegedly, so there's no one on here claiming that, I'm doing wrong because, now we have to say allegedly. We're referencing back to this family yet again. Sun, sun, sun. We're going back to the sun, back to the sun. Bogey says Delphi, not being a large town, should be able to connect this KK's family's friends with Logan's. Aha. Yes, I remember some girl said her father was out late the next morning. She saw blood on past side of car a lot. Can't remember how long ago. She dated a teen that has father that is Odinist. Odinist is not an actual real word. It's what I'm assuming the news used in this case. There's no such thing as an Odinist. Um, People that follow the European pagan uh, god Odin, there is no sacrificial in anything. So this is somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, or Okay. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Abby and Libby, I'm going to ask you one last time, girls. Um, what exactly is there else that we need to know of before I close this? I'm going to close this live down in a half hour. All these people are here listening to you, and they are listening to your answers. And I always say this in every live that I do. Why do the wounds seem off to me? The puncture wounds, right? Why do they seem so off to me? Did this person know what they were doing when they did this to you? Or did the person do it to make it look like it was all over? We're going back to the jaw. Oh. Huh. I will get back to you on that. Um, mm, good boy. I'm going to get back to you on that picture, Penny. Yeah, box knife. That's what they called it early in the beginning. Um, I'll say box knife because that's what they called it, Bogey. Well, let's see. He's got a short video, supposedly, of him, uh, which, mind you, doesn't look anything like him to me. He does not look, that does not look like him in height. If you've seen him in video walking, this guy looks nothing like him in height. This guy looks, the walk is different, everything. Pay attention to the walk. Pay attention. There's a reason why I want you to pay attention to the mouth. You don't hear guys down the hill coming from his mouth, the guy in the picture, because that picture, I just don't understand where they're getting that from, that he said that. Because if you blow up the video, if you go on YouTube and find whatever it is that you can find about the guy on the bridge, you don't see his mouth moving. So I think this is something that they're just putting out there. Um, I mean, how could you kill two young ladies in a vicious way as was? How do you not have evidence whatsoever? I mean, skin DNA, skin cells, I mean, hair follicles. I mean, do you know how much transfer DNA that you can get from someone's clothing alone? Hairs, cat fibers, dog fibers. you name it, rug fibers. How do you not have anything like that from that guy if he's the one that did it? The people that did this are two men. They want you to think it's this man. And for me to say it, I felt it, but then I'm like, doesn't matter what I feel. If I don't hear that from these girls, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to take it back by the end of the video. They don't say that to me. They say a completely different thing. That's the thing about the gun. There was questioning about, did she say hi or is that a gun? They're not even sure if they really heard, is that a gun? So there's a lot of discrepancies of what's being said and what's actually there. I think what it comes down to is those girls walked into something that they weren't supposed to walk into. I don't know how many times they were there prior to. They seem to know the bridge, to walk over the bridge in a slow manner, I guess. Were they there before? The prosecution has admitted they have enhanced the footage, but they don't know how. And when they enhance the footage, you're not going to see that man's mouth moving unless they have more to the video that they're not showing you. But most of that video, I've been being told, is that's it. That's all they have of him, is that 35-second to 40, because the people that were even in there stated it wasn't even 43 seconds of the video. I do think there's something bigger going on here, and these poor little girls were at the tail end of it, and they were in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they saw something they shouldn't have seen. Miss K, the footage I seen, you can see or hear it clearly. You can hear it. You can hear whoever say, guys down the hill. But you're going to go, now that I've said it, you're going to go back to the enhanced video. Pay attention to the mouth. You do not see his mouth moving. To me, the voice comes from behind that camera. Whoever the recording, I believe it's Libby recording, that video, that voice comes from behind the camera. Now, I could be wrong on that, but how I perceive it is it sounds like it's coming from behind the camera, not in front of the camera. Those have said he was right behind the girls up close. You can't see the mouth moving way back behind Abby. Just for a purpose of, I'm not always right. I'm just paying attention to the mouth isn't moving for him to say that. Right. So, perfect example here, okay? This is what I mean by short dark hair, short face. Do you see the discrepancies of what the girls actually said to me? Pay attention. I have to hold it sideways because the light hits it and it flashes off. Long face, short face. Now, she spoke about the nose oddly. And the nose, and if you look at this composite sketch, I want you to pay attention to this composite sketch. Because I'm not sure what I'm seeing here. This may be a scar. This may not be a scar. But look at both men, okay? To be exact. Trying to put it into camera without the light. Pay attention to his nose area up by the eye here. It looks like there might be something there. And then you have his nose on the bottom where there is something right down here on the side. She spoke of the nose in that way. So my question is, what does that mean? And it's funny, I'm opening this picture and here on the face of this gentleman here, see that marking right here? She talked about the nose, the eye, distinctively the nose. This guy here, look at the marking on the side of just the one side of the nose there. That's my point. I'm just giving a reference. And if you go back to, if I go back, my notes say, look, left side, look on inside, look into left, Logan and son. Logan's son. I don't mean Logan and son. It could just be, I keep hearing Ron and son. I think they're being allegedly referencing Ron's son. And as you can see, neither of those composite sketches look like Rich. People can't even identify this man as the man that they saw. He's too tall. This man was tall. This guy looked like the singer there. I forget his name. I just think this is something more than, yes, just someone said that the man looked like Justin Timberlake. I mean, there's so many eyewitnesses are always sketchy because you never know what you're going to have to remember at the time that you're not going to remember. You need to remember it, so to speak. I try to pay attention to every detail as somebody walks past me. I look at their shoes. I look at what they're wearing. I look at their faces, their hands. And it's only a quick thing that I do because if I have to remember it, I've learned in this work, you need to remember things. Well, my output for today was to more or less state whatever they say, whether it's I'm wrong or right. It doesn't matter to me. I wanted to hear them say it. I didn't get to Kim Porter tonight, but we will get to her the next live because I feel like I wanted to get them all done tonight, but it just compiled into so many hours. Some of the stuff felt confusing to me tonight, but I will say I personally don't feel like he did it, but they're also saying there was two men. It was not him. He was more or less a perfect opportunity, I guess. Um, I'm not sure if I missed any of your questions. Um, I still have 20 minutes left. I'm going to stay for 20 more minutes. Just um, can you ask them about names Arthur, Danny, and Gary? They were a part of Logan and Sons companies. They are his siblings. How can they get away with this? Well, how does anybody get away with a crime? People can be targets no matter if it's the victims or if it's framing somebody. If you can, what's involved there? That's my question. Allen worked in Delphi as a pharmacy technician at a local CVS. He received his pharmacy technician license in 2017. No complaints or sanctions against him appear on file with uh, Indiana State PHA. Thank you, Ginger. Pharmacy Board. The girls are almost saying like as if he was an easy target. I mean, to look at him, he, and please forgive me if I say this, and I don't want to judge anybody on character by their looks, but he does look like he's a bit um, diminished capacity. But that being locked up in prison with dangerous people who are probably threatening you on a daily basis, or God only knows what. I guess I would take a photo of having bugged out eyes too, and uh, I would probably be scared out of my mind. I do feel him being there. Um, Strangely, if you look at the photos, there is a man that looks just like him. And what are the odds of that? Is that a setup? Is that um, did he frequent there? It could be he's been there before and they just used him as an scapegoat and found out who he was. I mean, if this is for drug trafficking or drug lab, you're working with people that are hiding things for a reason. So you have to go into thinking of what's actually going on here. I don't know. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, what do I have to lose? To be wrong or to be right? I don't really care if I'm wrong or right. I'm just referencing what they have to say. So my whole point of here tonight is to speak of what they're telling me, and that's all I care about. So, I mean, where do I get Columbo from? And matter of fact, I need to go back and I need to go look at a picture that was sent to me because, strangely, where did that go? Aha. That doesn't look like a Columbo jacket, though. I mean, it could be wrong. But I guess we'll see. Kiddo's wife walked the trail a lot. It isn't a hiking place, it's a gravel trail. They have a picture of them supposedly in their house, of them on the bridge. His daughter's senior pictures there. Okay. Sorry, I always have felt Ari guilty. Oh, I'm not here to argue, or I'm not here to, you can have your opinion. I don't really care about your opinion or anybody else's. That's just is what I'm getting and bringing through. So, no worries. Yeah, I mean, like I said, he would have, if he's working at the store, you know. Yeah. Well, time will tell. So, I mean, if there's anything that's really going on being covered up, um, I'm sure that hopefully they can get some reasoning why. I see when we talked about the water, Christy RN, I see splashing. So to me, the water is lower and then higher in some ways. So it was kind of like certain areas you could walk through it, and then certain areas it's a little bit higher. So that makes sense. For the boots, I am sticking with what the girls stated, and that is, I believe she spoke of army. Kind of like she could be referencing it that way also for um if you go look up army boots, they have this cream color to them, and it could just be the way they looked. Yeah, Mary Moore. I think that's what I'm trying to. Uh, the cream color would be more like desert army boots. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah. Crime Circus did a good video regarding the video with the bridge guy and how it was likely all made up and not taken by Libby. But yeah, hopefully the jury will see through it all. Okay, that makes sense because my nephew, he has those very boots, and it's funny that um, military. Okay, okay. Yeah, hopefully we get answers soon enough. So more stuff will come out. I'm not worried about it. As in what came through tonight, I trust Spirit. I don't have any doubt of what they tell me. So what they say is gold to me. Whether it's right or whether it's wrong at the time, I don't care. I believe in what they say. Yeah, my nephew, he is National Guard, he's military, so but I've seen him with those boots before, so that's how I know in my mind what they're showing me has to do with it as well. Yeah, Abby and Libby did great tonight, and I can't even believe the equipment wouldn't stop. I had to turn it off. Um, oh yeah, the pic that was on Snapchat, I think, but wasn't on her phone. Yes, I said traffic earlier, as I stated. Yes. Farmers wear those kind of boots. Well, I keep hearing the word sharp, 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 sharp. Hunters too. Yeah. I think I mentioned the word hunter as well earlier on. I assume that everything and anything that comes out will hit the news eventually. Um, okay. Um, so we will just have to wait and see. But this, I really needed to see what would come through tonight from the girls with the Richard Allen person and wanting to know what was said and what was really what because um, it just completely felt off. You can't even get the transcript. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. Uh, yeah, yeah, I'll be assuming so as well. They report hourly through the day. Just pick someone you like. Hidden True Crime does an amazing recap after court daily. All right, my darlings. Um, I was assuming I was going to hear different when I stated I don't feel he did it, just because um, not everything is a cover up. Not everybody's wrong. Not everybody is um, not involved in something. Um, I do feel. Why do I keep hearing Odin, Odin, Odin? Why do you keep repeating that? I guess it's more of trying to make it look like something it's not. Uh, one just doesn't add up to the next. It's kind of being like told to me. Oh, Anita. Okay, 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 okay. I believe someone did say that earlier on. I believe it was you, maybe. Um, okay. All right. I will be on Hallows Eve for um a live for Hallows Eve for messages. I will try to get to see who comes through for family wise. Um, I will. I've turned off my damn ringer several times. I have not turned it back on, and it just keeps getting turned back on. Okay. Now, let's see. You're welcome. Yes, this Hallows Eve, I will be doing a live to see what family members come through. I will not be doing any casework that day. Time will tell. I always try to go with my first instinct, but it doesn't matter what I think in that way. If spirit tells me a different thing, then I'm going to go with whatever they say. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But in this space, it's I'm being told it's not him. Yeah, I will be on. I never go against what spirit tells me. I always trust her. I always trust everything and all they tell me. You're welcome, everybody. Um, People have their rights to their own opinion. I really don't uh, worry about that in that sense. Everybody has a right to their own opinion, whether they don't think he did it or they think he did it. It's that just that's your choice. For me, it's me. I thought so. I thought it was odd, but they validated that for me. Well, thank you, everybody. Anita, thank you. Just a quick note, things are starting to come out in Sebastian's case too. I'm not really aware of what that is, honey. I don't uh I'm literally just with one person on that. I really have to be careful with what I say and do with that on here. Okay, everybody, I'm signing off. Pay attention to the news. Pay attention to what comes out. For me, I feel I really hope the jury sees something's not right here. I would hope that they pay attention and ask the right questions. Okay, everybody. Alrighty, I will see you Wednesday, Hallows Eve, for our live. Okay, and that is no cases that night. Good night, everybody. Alrighty, end stream.